The summer transfer window hasn't officially opened yet, but Barcelona are already on the move. Hansi Flick and Deco have already agreed on the list of outgoing and incoming players, and the work began even around before the end of the league season. The number one target for the first team is Liverpool forward Luis Diaz. Breaking: Luis Diaz is Barcelona's number one target for the LV position, and Hansi Flick has already given his approval. He will cost around 85 million euros. Today we're diving into why some CULES are firmly against this move and why they are right. Let's go! This iconic scene from The Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio perfectly captures the reaction of some Barca fans to an 85 million euros transfer. Luis Diaz is a fantastic footballer, a top-level winger, but he's already 28, and his contract with Liverpool runs until the summer of 2027. Transfermarkt values him at 85 million euros, so when media outlets publish reports saying Barca are ready to pay that sum for a 28-year-old with just 2 years left on his contract, the frustration from the fan base is understandable. No doubt about it. Over the past few days, several Barca-supporting football bloggers have reacted on X. One tweet really nailed it, perfectly capturing the key concern around this potential transfer. Yes, there's a shared nostalgia for Matteo Alemani's transfer market magic, but here's the question. Are the criticism of Deco entirely fair? Luis Diaz actually fits the profile the club is looking for. The Colombian can cover 3 positions in the attack and is an ideal addition to the first-team roster. His main position is left winger, a role that remains problematic despite nominally being held by Rafinha. The Brazilian often played more like a joker with complete freedom, frequently occupying the central zones between midfield and Lewandowski. So, one of the world's best left wingers is coming in. Great news, but it raises a very real question. Whose spot is Luis Diaz actually supposed to take? There are only 4 attacking positions. Lamine and Rafinha are untouchable. Lewandowski is clearly staying for another season, which leaves Dani Olmo. So, did Barca really spend 60 million euros on Olmo just to bench him a year later, after spending 85 millions more on Diaz? Sure, this could still be seen as an upgrade. Diaz on the left, Yamal on the right, Rafinha playing as the attacking midfielder, and Lewandowski or Ferran up top. Maybe there's something going on behind the scenes, something that hasn't been made public yet. It's possible the club already has a decision in mind regarding Dani Olmo. Reports suggest Manchester City are seriously interested in the Spaniard, especially after stepping back from the Florian Wirtz race. Could that be the plan? Sell Olmo, bring in Diaz, and reshape the attack once again? If that's the case, the plan would make sense. Barca could recoup at least what they paid for Olmo, or even more considering how badly Pep Guardiola needs that kind of player. That would justify a big money move for Diaz. But 85 million euros still feels excessive, and I agree with the fans who oppose this specific deal. There's already encouraging news in the media that Deco is unwilling to spend more than 55 million euros on this transfer, and that's great. Luis Diaz is a top player, yes, but he has just 2 seasons left at Liverpool and his price will only drop next summer. Letting players walk for free like Trent would be a total failure of Liverpool's transfer strategy. Barcelona really needs to learn from past mistakes. Remember the Coutinho deal? That transfer gave Liverpool the money to sign Van Dijk and Alisson, and they ended up winning the Champions League. This could be a repeat. Overpaying for Luis Diaz might help Liverpool fund another game-changing signing, and once again make a direct rival even stronger in Europe. And the reaction says it all. Even Liverpool fans are trolling Barca on X over this potential move. It's not just about the player, it's about what this deal means in the bigger picture. So, only smart moves on the transfer market. Diaz does suit Hansi Flick's style. According to reports, Barca considered 4 names for the LV role: Luis Diaz, Nico Williams, Rafael Leao, and Marcus Rashford. Our website, Tribuna.com, published a great piece explaining why Diaz emerged as the top choice. By the way, check out Tribuna.com regularly. Tons of great Barca content. Just go to the Teams tab, Barcelona, transfers, everything's there. We'll leave a link in the pinned comment. That article highlights a key stat: possession won in the final third, and it becomes obvious why Flick favors Diaz. He's aggressive, quick, and fits perfectly into the tactical concept Barca is building. Last season, he played 3,267 minutes for Liverpool, scoring 17 goals and providing 5 assists. Decent numbers, but not quite at Yamal or Rafinha's level. Over his entire career, 484 matches, 120 goals, 56 assists. Not a bad stat, do you agree?
Europa donde le gustaría jugar.
Barcelona.
Por jugar en el Barça.
Luis Diaz dreams of playing for Barcelona. Both Liverpool and Barca are aware of this. His father, Luis Manuel Diaz, has publicly stated that his son is a loyal Barcelona supporter and that playing for the club would fulfill a personal aspiration. In an interview, he said, Luis is a die-hard Barcelona supporter and it's one of his biggest dreams. So beyond the tactics, the finances, and the negotiations, this transfer would mean something deeply personal to the player. We've established that Diaz could be a good signing under one condition. The price must make sense. If Barca can strike a deal at around 50 million euros, that would be a win-win for everyone. The player who wants the move, Liverpool who want a decent fee, and Barca who don't want to overspend. Still, it's important to carefully weigh all the possibilities this summer. And if there's one area that stands out as the top priority is the goalkeeper position. I already mentioned that in the previous video. Look at the Champions League finalists. PSG and Inter made it there in large part thanks to their goalkeepers. Donnarumma and Zamar were both decisive. Barca, on the other hand, fell short, and part of that came down to Szczesny's struggles in the semi-finals. He earned his place as a club legend, no question, but if the goal is to reach the very top, this is the one position that needs a serious upgrade. The club also has doubts about Ter Stegen's reliability after a few inconsistent seasons. He's great with his feet, but his shot stopping doesn't match the club's ambitions. That's why the Luis Diaz signing shouldn't be rushed. There's a bigger priority right now, and that's the goalkeeper. If Szczesny doesn't renew, there's no way around it. Barca will need a new number one to challenge Ter Stegen. Two names are being considered: Emiliano Martinez from Aston Villa and Juan Garcia, who could be available for 15 million euros if Espanyol are relegated. Only after the goalkeeping situation is resolved should the focus shift to the attack, because let's be honest, the lack of depth up front has been obvious. Luis Diaz is a good reinforcement at 50 million euros. Milan would ask double that for Rafael Leao, and that just doesn't make sense right now. 100 million euros for a player who's still inconsistent. That's not the move Barca should be making. Other options include Rashford and Nico Williams. Both are intriguing. Rashford could be available on loan with a buy clause, while Nico would cost 58 million euros due to his release clause. But Laporta already ruled him out publicly. We valued Nico as a potential signing last summer with Dani Olmo, but right now I think the club is valuing other players. And now it's Real Madrid who wants to sign Nico Williams. And you know what? Nico is a Blancos. Now it all makes sense. At the same time, La Masia has offered some exciting internal options: Dani Rodriguez, Tony Fernandez, and Jan Virgili. Dani and Jan can play on both wings and can be valuable rotation players. Tani is seen as a right winger or an attacking midfielder. And in the U19s, we have Ibrahim Diarra, a talented right winger who plays a lot like Rafinha. If Liverpool don't lower their asking price, is it really smart to spend a big chunk of the budget now on a player who could be available for much less next year? One thing is clear: this potential transfer needs to be handled with maximum caution. Another idea worth exploring is making an offer to Jonathan David from Lille. He's leaving as a free agent and is also a Barca fan. That could be the smartest move to boost competition in the squad. And maybe it's time to start thinking seriously about bringing in an elite center forward this summer. Yes, the current idea inside the club is to wait, to find Lewandowski replacement next year. But what if that move happened now? Victor Gyökeres is available for 65 million euros. Jonathan David on a free transfer, Victor Gyökeres for 65 million euros, and Juan Garcia for 15 million euros. Three high-quality signings for less than what Luis Diaz alone would cost. Instead of spending 85 million euros on one player, Barca could strengthen three key positions. That's what smart squad building looks like. Now picture this Barca attack: Yamal, Lewandowski, Rafinha, with backups like Ferran Torres, Jonathan David, and Gyökeres. That's a lineup that could genuinely challenge for every title next season. CULES, what do you think about the potential signing of Luis Diaz, and what would be your ideal transfer strategy this summer? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and the insight shared, drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. CULES is a space for every Barca fan out there. Bye, have a nice day.